What's up, guys? Rock and roll. Back here on that axe. Today, I'm going to teach you how to wrap a micro coil. If you're going to be wrapping these coils, you're going to be doing it often. Probably need to go to Home Depot, pick you up something like this, around $10. Cobalt. It's a miniature needle nose and cutter set. I'm going to move this camera just 1 second where y'all can see what I'm talking about there. The blues, that's all that comes in that cutting set, and there's actually a couple more that come in there. But if you're really going to be building coils and sub-ohm coils, you need kind of like a setup like that right there. But anyways, let me get back to this. I've been watching some YouTube videos since I made a channel on there and all about building micro or making micro coils and all like that. And about 90% of these videos that you see on YouTube, you know, they say how to make a micro coil on them. And when you click on the video, this is all it is. It's like it shows a damn guy over the top of the screen. It says how to build a micro coil. And then you see old guy, he's sitting there, he's fiddling with his atomizer for a minute, and then it shows him standing there. And this is what he does. And the whole time in the background you got this boom, 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 fucking music playing in the background, this and that. Which that's all fine and good. I ain't got nothing against rap music or anything like that, don't get me wrong, but that's all the video is, you know, and then it cuts off. Well, hell, buddy, if it's that easy to make a micro coil, let's not me make all kinds of videos on how to make micro coils. If all I got to do is sit there and fucking hit a pipe. I mean, come on. Guys, I mean, if you're going to make these videos and show people how to wrap these fucking coils, show them how to do it. You know, don't damn, you know, say how to make a micro coil and then it shows somebody fiddling with an atomizer, and then it skips over into the damn coil's already made and on the atomizer, and he's hitting it. I mean, you know, come on. But anyway, I'm going to walk you through how to wrap a micro coil today, guys. Okay, let's get started. First thing you're going to need is some cathode wire. You can order that shit on Amazon. Amazon's actually about the cheapest place that I've found it if you're not going to order like, you know, unless you're going to order like 250 damn feet of it or something like that, something, you know, ridiculous like that. Other than that, Amazon.com is about the cheapest you're going to be able to get it. For these micro coils, you can use anything from 30 gauge all the way down to 24 gauge cathode. Today I'm going to be wrapping with 28 gauge. So it's a pretty universal gauge wire. A lot of people use, you know, 28 gauge and 26 gauge cathode to make these coils. You know, back in the day, it would, you know, a micro coil was, you know, just merely a coil. You know, it didn't really matter what size it was. It was just a coil that was wrapped tight, and the coils were touching or almost touching. You know, and a regular coil was just a loose wrap coil around, you know, a wicking of some sort. But now today you've seen all these guys, they're getting advanced with it and all like that. Most people nowadays, they're either wrapping their micro coils on something that's 1/16 of an inch around, or something that's 1/8 of an inch around. So today we're going to wrap it on an 1/8 of an inch drill bit, which I have right here. Or something similar to it. You know, they've got, you know, you can find, you know, like screwdriver bits that are 1/8 of an inch. Just, you know, whatever you want to wrap it on, basically. It doesn't really matter to me what you wrap it on, as long as, you know, you wrap it, you know, like a micro coil. It really don't freaking matter. Okay, so, to start out with, I'm going to find my ruler, if I can. See, when I first started down making these things, I was like, oh hell, I just pulled the wire off and cut it and go on down the road. Well, you know, you run out of cathode quick like that, and you tend to waste a lot of unnecessary Kanthal wire doing it that way. So what I'm going to do today, first off, I'm going to get in here to my Kanthal. I'm going to take these pair of little miniature dikes or side cutters, and I'm going to cut me off, let's say, about 4 inches of Kanthal wire here. That'll be about all you're going to need. Somewhere around in there. There's your Kanthal wire. You don't really need a big piece for wrapping these coils. That's what I was saying, because you'll end up wasting more than what you use, really, if you cut off any more than that. Now, different people do this different ways, guys. But me, what I found works out the best for me, a pair of these little miniature vice grips. You know, they got just enough weight on them to weigh down that Kanthal, and you know, you're just gonna put them where they're going to be just a little bit tighter than if you just close them regular. That's all you're gonna need. Okay, you're gonna take your drill bit. Let me get my table here. Maybe y'all be able to see this a little bit better. I don't know, maybe not. We'll just have to see here. Get my little homemade redneck table up there. Give me a hell yeah, people. Ain't nothing like a damn redneck making a redneck table. Oh, and by the way, I meant to tell you on my prior video, if I sound like a country hick and a redneck, it's because I am. You know, and a lot of people are surprised by me. They hear me talking, they're like, wow, what fucking mountain did this guy just come off of? But I'm pretty goddamn smart. Just want to let y'all know. I'm not as ignorant as I sound, by no means. Anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to take your Kanthal wire here and your 1/8 of an inch drill bit. And I don't know if you can see this or not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go underneath this, or on the other side rather, of this drill bit right here. And I'm going to take it right like this here, and I'm just going to wrap it around there just a little bit, just to give me something to hold on to. Okay. Then I'm going to come on over here. Well, let me do it like this here. Then I'm going to come on over here on the smooth part, and that's where I'm going to start my wrap at. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go one like that, and that's just going to be a guide thing. Now next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my vice grips, okay, and just on the very tip of this Kanthal wire, I can see here. Well, I'll get it on there. I'm getting old, guys. I can't hardly see like I used to anymore. Now, I'm going to leave that dangling just like that right there. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. But the reason I've got those set of vice grips on the end of that is to weigh it down and keep my coil tight while I'm wrapping, see. Because if you don't keep your coil tight, then you're in bad shape. And that's all you do, guys. You just go around this drill bit, and you want to get these coils as close together as you possibly can, see. And see, using this pair of vice grips here, it really helps to keep these coils tight, guys. I can't stress enough how tight you need these coils. Let's see here, how many wraps we got there? This is going to end up being about a 6 wrap micro coil. Okay. Now after I'm done wrapping it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this wire and I'm going to go ahead and undo it, which I may put just a little too much on this one side, but it don't matter. You're gonna get the basic idea of how to wrap this thing. Okay, and then you just kind of straighten your wires up. You know, you can do it with a pair of pliers or whatever you want to do it with. And you want to make sure, guys, if you can, you want one lead, one of your tails when you're in. You know, you want one under and one over. You know, so that way when you go to stick it on your atomizer, you can just you can basically just stick it in just like that. You know what I'm saying? Still on the drill, but you know, put your drill bit back through it and stick it through your atomizer, screw it down, and you're ready to go. Now, a lot of people they like to torch their Kanthal wire before they make the coils. Me, not so much there, guys, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's just a waste of time. Really, that's all it is. Just a waste of time. Now, when you're done making your microcoil, you can take your pair of these little flat nose pliers here and just stick it on there and just kind of press it together as much as possible. You see what I'm saying? Just press it together. That's all you got to do, folks. And then I always like to leave one tail a little bit longer than the other. I'll take my dikes here and I'm going to cut this one down just a tick. Just a little bit. That's too damn fine. Okay. Now then, your finished product is going to look something like this here. Let me straighten. I'm just a damn, you know, these coils, guys, they don't have to be perfect, you know, by no means, but you just really want to get them as close to each other as you possibly can. Me, I'm just a damn perfectionist, and everything has to be just the way I want it. That's my OCD kicking in, guys, I guess, or whatever. When you're done, you're going to have something that looks kind of like that there. You know, like I said, you know, it may not be the most perfect microcoil, but it definitely gets the job done. And now this is a 6-wrap microcoil. I'm not real sure what your ohmage is going to be on it, but we're fixing to check it and see what it's going to be. Give me a hell yeah. People, just give me a hell yeah. Alright, let's break out the old ohms meters. Now they have, you know, one of these things at the Fast Tech that you can buy. It's an ohms meter. It's strictly made for these atomizers. Once you get your coil system set up and all like that, get your coil bolted down to your atomizer, you can take and screw this thing on there and turn it on, and it'll tell you your ohms. But me, I like these multimeters. For the simple fact that I can check my ohms, and I can check my amperage on my batteries as well, and my volts, you know, and all like that. I like to keep check on everything regular, especially when you're building these sub-ohm builds. You really got to get this ohmage right with these battery amps. You really do. Now, what I'm actually vaping on right now, it's a super nano coil built that I built actually, and I'm going to make a video on that later and show you how to build those. It's actually a quad coil setup. My battery's is about dead on it, and it hits a lot harder than that. I've actually got another battery on the charger now, so she's charging, and she gets done charging, put her on there and she'll really hit a lot harder than that. Okay, let's see if we can see what we got here in any way, shape, form, or fashion. This looks like it's going to be just the coil on the tester itself, not on the atomizer. Now you're looking like you're going to have about a 0.9 build. So this actually is a sub-ohm build or sub-ohm coil. 0.8 to a 0.9 on this coil. 28 gauge Canthal, 1/8 of an inch drill bit. 6 reps. I'm going to give you somewhere like a 0.9 on your meter. Now, when you when you get it on your tank and all like that, you need to recheck it again. And see if that's what it is. And if you're going to build dual coils, then that's going to come out to be it's a 0.8 on there now. It's actually going to come out to be like a 0.4 sub-ohm build if you put 2 of them on there, because you have to cut your ohmage in half, or it'll cut it in half for you. Once you stick it on the ohms meter, you'll see what I'm talking about, and all like that. But you know, micro coil's about the easiest coil you can make, and it's one that's really widely used by a lot of people. And like I said, you know, you can 28 gauge, 26 gauge. You know, it's about what people use to make these micro coils with. Now, when you're talking like twisted 28s, you can make a twisted 28 micro coil, but it's not actually made out of 28 gauge Canthal. It's made out of 24 gauge Canthal. And I'm gonna do a video on that too later and show y'all. I'm gonna be doing some coil builds here because, like I say, I've watched a lot of these videos, and about the only guy that I really see on YouTube that really knows what he's talking about is old Rip from Rip Trippers. He's really good at what he does. You know, whether I agree with some of the stuff he says, you know, that's here nor there. You know, but like I say, there again, you know, people send him, you know, high-end atomizers and high-end mods to review and stuff like that. And you know, you ain't gonna. I'm not saying this is what he does now, by no means. But I'm just saying you got to think about it like this, okay? You know, you get 2 or 3 high-end companies sending you these high-end mods. Now, if you was to do a review on these mods and say, well, you know, they're a piece of shit, okay? You know, you're probably not going to get many more companies to send you many more free stuff, if you know what I'm saying. You know, I'm not saying that's what he does, but I'm just saying, you know, I mean, we all live in the real world, guys, and the fact of the matter is, you know, if somebody was to send me a $300 mod to review, and I review it, and my review of that mod is not so hot, you know what I'm saying? I mean, can I really say that, or not? You know, I mean, I can. You know, I can say, well, you know, guys, you know, this Bavaria or whatever that I've tested out's a piece of shit, so don't go buy it. Well, now, how many more high-end companies do you think is going to keep sending me stuff for free to review? Not very many. There again, I'm not saying that's what he does by no means, because I don't know. But let's just, like I say, we all live in the real world, and you know, the facts are the facts. People's not going to continue sending you shit if you give it a bad review. I mean, that's just all they are. To that. On the other hand, me, pulled down country boy, you know, there ain't nobody sending me nothing. You know, anything that I review and test, I bought it, paid for it with my money. So you better damn well bet. If it's a piece of shit, I'm going to tell you it's a piece of shit. If it's off the fucking chain, I'm going to tell you it's off the chain. But anyways, let's get back to this micro coil. That's all it is, guys. You know, you simply, you know, you take. I don't have an atomizer right now that don't have a build on it. I need to free one up, I guess, so I can show y'all. But you know, there's not much to it. You know, take your addy, take your center post off. Your center post is going to be your positive. You know, and the two side posts out from it, or the one side post out from it, depending on your atomizer, is going to be your negative. And all you got to do, folks, is you want to take and you want to slide these coils into them posts, tighten your screws down. Now, when you get them in there, they're going to look something like that right there. Okay, when you get them in the addy. What you want to do is you want to take your drill bit and stick it back through this coil, and you're going to want to twist up about like that. Okay, you want to kind of put that coil at like a 45-degree angle, so that way when you stick your wicking through it and your wicking touches the bottom of your deck, you know what I'm saying, it'll soak up that E-juice and you won't be getting these burnt tastes and all like that. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's how you build a micro coil out of 28 gauge Canthal. Okay, on an 1/8 inch drill bit, 6 wraps, from a dumbass country boy's point of view. That's how you do it, folks. So until next time, y'all vape safe and keep on vaping.